Hello everyone. Today our topic is manufacturing systems of management part 2. So first of all, today we discuss about functional organization of a manufacturing enterprise. Many years ago, manufacturing was carried out by skilled crafts persons who fashioned goods for individual customers. The quality of goods produced was small and each item was unique. With the Industrial Revolution in the 17th century, the availability of steam power, coal, and machinery allowed workers to be grouped together in factories under an overseas. These first happened in textile, grain, and metalworking facilities. Around this time, Adam Smith, that is in 1776, wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations, where he proposed that the production process be broken down into a series of small tasks, each of which was performed by an individual workers. This is called the division of labor and was an important milestone also. Each worker was specialized in his own task. This also led to specialized machinery. Both of these developments made the production process much more efficient. Early in the 19th century, Frederick W. Taylor proposed a system of scientific management. He observed, measured, and analyzed in order to identify the best method for performing each job. Once determined, he standardized the method for all workers. One of Taylor's biggest advocates was Henry Ford, who applied scientific management to the production of the model T Ford in 1913. This enabled him to reduce the manufacturing time for the car from 728 hours to 1.5 hours. He used a conveyor to move the car through the manufacturing part, where the workers picked up parts from carefully spaced piles on the floor and fitted them to the car. This was the first instance of mass production. Mass production continued to be developed over the next 50 years, with Europe and America becoming the world leaders in this respect. However, during the 1970s, countries from the Far East, notably Japan, began to overtake the West by producing cheaper items that were superior in quality. At the end of the Second World War, Japan had a reputation for making poor quality copies of Western goods. During the 1950s and 1960s, they developed systems for managing quality and achieving flexibility that allowed them to produce goods of the highest quality, to adapt quickly to changing consumer needs, to eliminate all waste during the manufacturing process. They used concepts such as just-in-time manufacturing, lean production, and total quality management (TQM) to achieve this. Using this approach, the manufacturing, business, and marketing functions are all integrated and work closely together. During the 1980s and 1990s, Europe and America worked hard to catch up, and these approaches are the norms in business enterprises today. Many businesses have become increasingly globalized in recent years, especially with the advent of information technology such as the internet. It is common for European and Asian businesses to compete directly with one another for the same market, that is, Japanese, European car manufacturers. Often a company will locate part of its operation in a country that allows it to make most profit. Locating a call center in India, that is B Sky B, or Kerry, that is Fexo. Recent coverage in the media suggests that China will become a significant market for the Irish economy in the future. Having a global marketplace means more customers but also more intense competition. Competitiveness is the ability to produce goods and services that meet the taste of international markets. Manufacturing enterprises can range from very small companies having just a few people to very large multinational companies who employ thousands apart from the very small companies. A modern manufacturing enterprise usually has a structure like that shown. It can be seen that manufacturing is just one part of a complex process that represents the company as a whole. Now, manufacturing is the technical core and is linked with suppliers, finance, accounting, human resources. In a modern enterprise, all of the functions are integrated to increase efficiently. Taking a company such as Dell Computers, where each computer is built to an individual order, the marketing and sales functions, which is online for the most part, is closely integrated with the production, scheduling, and materials ordering. The scheduling and ordering is automated using IT to a large extent and is driven by the number of orders submitted on a given day. The correct components are delivered on time to the assembly manufacturing center. The human resources division ensures that enough workers are hired and available to carry out the work. The accounting division manages the company's finances, which would involve a large flow of money through the company, which would be allocated to different areas such as payroll, capital investment, research and development, etc. Now we discuss about the key system factors in manufacturing competitiveness. Companies usually choose to compete on one of the areas, that is first competing on cost. Companies who compete on cost try to eliminate all waste in the production process. Usually, the production process is high volume, standardized, and automated. Supermarket chains such as AD and Lady have a Europe-wide network of distribution of sales. The buildings themselves are standardized, as are the layout and the goods on sale. These economics of scale allow them to compete effectively on price. Second point is competing on quality. To compete on quality, quality needs to be viewed as a means to please the customer, not just a way to avoid mistakes or defects. Taking a car as an example, this may involve reliability, that is Toyota, a premium product, Mercedes Benz, etc. Customers are often prepared to pay more for a product that they believe is one of higher quality than its competitors. Third point is competing on flexibility. Flexibility is the ability to adjust to changes in the type of product being produced, the quality, quantity of its or its design. This causes problems to traditional manufacturing methods because it upsets the stability and efficiency of a production system. For example, repeatedly changing tooling or machine settings to cater for different products will slow the process down. In recent years, developments in IT and quality have allowed greater flexibility to the incorporated without affecting the efficiency of a process. Computers can be built to order by companies such as Dell, and it is common to order a new car with a specific set of features, engine, color, trim, and have the car assembled to order and delivered a few weeks later. My fourth point is competing on speed. To compete on speed, a company must have close contact with both suppliers and customers. Dell Computers provide a good example of his where the product is ordered online and assembled to order and delivered in a few days. The company has close contact with the suppliers of the component parts, and these are delivered to the factory exactly when they are needed, and the assemble machine leaves the factory as soon as it is tested and packed. Now, basic manufacturing systems. Often it will be necessary to choose which process is best suited to making a particular item. This is often based on which process is the most economical to make the part. Now, the first is to manufacturing the part by hand using a skilled operator on by one basis, on one by one basis. The second way is to automate the process by manufacturing a press tool to punch the items from sheet metal. A skilled operator is not needed for this process, but there is a significant cost in manufacturing and setting up the press tool. The material cost is the same in both cases. There are two questions that can be asked. Which method cost the least to manufacture the 500 items? How many items would need to be made so that the cost of the press tool can be justified? This is called the break-even quality or quantity. Now, skilled laborer cost. Manufacturer using the lathe, unskilled laborer cost to manufacture using the automated press. So that's the end of the video, my friends. In the next episode, I will discuss about quality management in details. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. If you like my blogs, please subscribe my channel. Thanks again.